Hi, my name is Esmeralda Delgadillo, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and the Director of Education and Community Outreach for the Center of Apostolic Counseling.
And I am Pastor Gabriel Delgadillo of Family Fire UPC, also a board member of the Center for Apostolic Counseling. Today we want to talk to you about the Emmaus Crisis Trauma Model that was developed for pastors and ministers of the United Pentecostal Church. Two friends walk down a lonely road with only each other's company. They are devastated. The events of the last several days have left them breathless, hopeless, and groundless. They search for meaning in this new reality of massive loss. Suddenly, they are accompanied by a stranger who walks with them not just down a path to their destination, but down desperate emotional corridors. The time he takes with them impacts them for eternity. This is the story of two disciples on the road to Emmaus whose journey is not just intercepted, but transformed by a Jesus who they could not yet recognize until he transformed their trauma. When they lost Jesus to the violence of a bloody cross, the politics of the Rome and the Sanhedrin, and an entire community turned against them overnight, they lost a sense of purpose, a sense of security, and everything they had given their lives to for the past 3 years.
It is through this powerful story of Jesus walking with these disciples during this very traumatic event that serves as the backdrop and foundation for the Emmaus model. How is it that we are to help our congregants, our churches, people that we love navigate their way through this crisis of COVID-19? Our lives as we know it are changed. Everything is changed for us, more significantly as pastors and leaders. It has affected people spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, physically. Every arena is different. But what a great opportunity that we have to help our people through this time of crisis. And we are here to help you, pastors, to help your people through this very difficult time. So what does Emmaus stand for?
Emmaus stands for engage, mobilize, minister, assimilate, understand, and support and self-care. Each letter in this acronym represents a stage of the journey for caring for your congregation and yourself.
Luke 24:15 states, Jesus himself drew near and went with them. The first letter in Emmaus is the E for engage. This is the very first step in this model. Engage covers issues of connectivity and closeness to create a safe place in the midst of crisis and how to help our hurting church members. As Christ drew near to the disciples on that road, so we must learn to break through the restrictions of social distancing, continuing to connect with our people. The second letter is M, and that is for mobilize. Mobilize means to find ways to keep them moving in that direction. Jesus joined these disciples on that road. He mobilized them. He directed them. Maybe they didn't know where they were going, but he knew where they were going. That is the second step in this model, to maintain church and community on the move.
In verse 17, Jesus said, "What manner of communication are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad?" Minister, the M in minister, takes the servant leadership role to another level. We're shown here how to address the unique needs that surface during these times of unforgiving trauma. It's different. So we are given tools to continue spiritual care in a more demanding context. Verse 19, and he, Jesus, said unto them, what things? The next letter is A for assimilate. The assimilate starts with listening to their story and helping them connect their trauma to their faith. You see, learning to listen in these challenging times and helping people put that trauma into the context of what they believe will help them make sense of life as they are living it.
Luke 24:21, but we trusted. Luke 24:27, and beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures. The next letter in the Emmaus model is U, for understanding. It takes broken trust and emotional chaos and patiently, compassionately puts every painful thought into proper perspective of the Word of God. This is about learning and how to develop a personalized tour of God's perspective in our pain and identify specific areas that we can draw closer to God. In understanding, it is our responsibility to be equipped, to be knowledgeable, to seek God for wisdom during these very difficult times. We don't have to lose our mind. God has given us all the tools to maintain calmness and peace during this time.
In verse 30, it says, he ate at meat with them. He took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to them. Support and self-care is our last letter here. And this sends the all-consuming message that God not only yearns to be personally present in our pain, but he also opens our eyes by nourishing our souls. It was when Jesus broke the bread that the eyes of the disciples were opened to recognize who he was. Here, we learn how to provide and receive spiritual and emotional support on an ongoing basis. We also learn to make this a priority. This here, support and self-care, will address how to support individuals through support systems in the church and the community. Specific topics such as depression, anxiety, fear, and hopelessness, as well as pastoral self-care topics, are things that we want to be able to cover in this area.
So the Emmaus model birthed out of a desire from our general superintendent to help and equip pastors to be a blessing to their congregations. We are here to serve. The Center for Apostolic Counseling has the burden and has the wherewithal to be able to provide whatever support and resources necessary to be able to collectively be a blessing to our people. We are a body. We need one another. And if there's ever a time that we need to bind together, to learn from each other, to pull from each other, it is now. We are here to serve you in any way that we can. The Emmaus model, created out of an example that Jesus Christ himself gives us on how to engage, how to mobilize, how to minister, how to assimilate, how to understand, and how to be supportive. What a beautiful example that we have in Jesus on how to love and to reach out to others. May the Lord bless you. And on behalf of the Center for Apostolic Counseling, we are here to serve. Blessings.